We are live. Okay. Wow. We're live. I haven't done a live in so long. Okay, Ruth, I don't know if you're in here. Oh yeah, add moderator. Ruth. Where are you? There. Yay. I did it, Ruth. Hi, everybody joining. Yay, we finally have a live going. So Galen is going to be joining us soon. Ruth, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sending me that how-to. So I'm just waiting for Galen to come in. I know he's rushing from the airport back home. But it's exciting to have a little Passions reunion. So hello to everybody joining. We're also going to do a Westmore Beauty giveaway. You love the hair thing? Oh my God, Mika! Hi, sweetheart. How are you? So Mika and I did costume. He did costumes for me in my last movie. Jerry Cohen was our director. So we're gonna find out where that one lands. It could be Hallmark, could be Lifetime. We'll see. We don't know yet. But hello, thank you everybody, thank you, hello, oh my gosh, it's moving, sorry, kind of got jammed up there. But hi to everybody joining, hello, I love waving to everybody. So we're just gonna wait on Galen, he is on his way. You love the Hallmark movie, thank you so much. My church is so sweet, and I'm gonna post something after this about it, not right after, but maybe tomorrow. My church is actually showing it in service on Sunday. So, Candace, hi. I wasn't sure if you'd join in or not. I didn't want to pressure you and be like, you better come. Hello to everybody joining. Hi, Jessica. Hello. Whoops. Thank you, Ruth. I'm so happy that I am in the Hallmark universe now. Excited for more to come. Paul was absolutely amazing. I know I got to do another live with him because we had such a fun time doing the live, and I always love his music. Such a great singer. So, and I don't know if you know this, Ruth, but I do sing. I think we talked about this, and we did do a duet backstage, and I should post, I have a little clip of it. Danny, hi. I'm gonna post a little clip of it because we did a little Lady Gaga, Bradley Cooper. So I have that. So I'm excited to be doing a little Westmore Beauty giveaway. Oh, I forgot my body brush. I gotta show you guys that. Hello from Spain. Wow, hi. Hello to Spain. You loved me and Paul, thank you. Were there stunt people in the movie? No, we were the stunt people. I always do my own stunts. Ruth, I will definitely post that clip because it's a cute little moment. Karen! My love from LA. Hi, Karen. I hope you're feeling good. But Paul and I, we did a little we just were bored backstage and of Love in the Clouds, and he pulled out he had his guitar 24/7, so he just pulled out the guitar and we just started jamming to a little bit of music, and he was just like, what do you want me to play? And I'm blanking on the name of the song, of course, right now. You love Westmore Beauty. Watching from Las Vegas, Jessica. Where are you? I'm in Henderson. So if you're in Las Vegas, by the way, New Song Church is going to be playing Love in the Clouds at 12:30 in the afternoon this Sunday. So come join us. If you're in the Vegas area, come join us. Sammy, Luis, and Sheridan forever. Yes, fancy you. I love that. That's how I would know. Okay, before Galen gets in here, I just got to be honest. Raise your hands if you were irritated with how Passions ended. I just gotta call the elephant out in the room right now because I know I was PO'd as an actor, and I was a Passions fan. I remember when I got that script, and I was so angry. I was like, they're marrying Luis to Fancy? Huh? I'm marrying Antonio? What? Why are you doing this? This just, thank you. Let me see, raise a hand. Raise your hands. I want a little hand emoji if you were irritated with how Passions ended. I just gotta know if I'm not the only one that was PO'd You still refuse? I'm with you. I won't watch the last episode. You know what's funny though is I still have that dress. I kept that dress because it was the last one. So raise your hands because I know as the actor, it irritated me. I know a lot of fans it irritated. Shweets forever. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? It just was so upsetting. I just was like, what a slap in the face to the fans. Like, okay, put me aside as the actress, but Karen, so Karen and I actually met right before I started filming Passions. That's how long Karen and I have known each other. But it just was like, what a slap in the face. I felt to the fans, to everybody. I just was like, no offense to the actors that played Fancy and Antonio, but it just was like, okay, you started this great storyline and this great love story between Sheridan and Luis. What a, like, how rude. It just was rude. I didn't like it. So thank you for all the raise of hands because it was very upsetting. I'm going to grab one thing really quick because I posted this earlier, and I'll show you this. And I'm also going to grab another Westmore Beauty product that we will be giving away. But this was my post today. I still have this. How many of you have this? Because this is like everything to me. I mean, if this doesn't say it all of Sheridan and Louise, how do you break them up? I mean, come on. So I'm going to get going with questions. Ruth, if you see Galen, just give me a nudge or something. I know he'll be in here shortly. We need a Shawise and Marty reunion in the end. Yeah, that was the other thing. Oh my God, how many times did I say Marty? You're still pissed. Yeah, I think we're all pissed. Okay, I'll just say it. I hate using profanity, but I'm pissed. I was pissed. So I've been wanting to do something, a live with Galen or something for a long time now, and or a meet and greet. We're gonna do something. And to be perfectly honest with you guys, Galen was supposed to do a Hallmark movie with me, and people on the production end just didn't move fast enough, and we couldn't. Obviously, he has a contract with Days of Our Lives, so he couldn't get out of it. And that was supposed to be a reintroduction of bringing Sheridan and Luis back. So I think if enough voices are heard, which I think they already have been heard because this was already in the works, Hallmark is definitely going to do something for Sheridan and Luis as like, a give back to the fans, because that was upsetting and that was not okay. And there's a whole generation that is, I know, very upset by that ending. Well, I have a feeling, I know so many of you want to go over and join Days, but I have a feeling there's going to be something Hallmark in the works. So that's exciting. I'm really excited. Ruth, oh my goodness, you're not out of the loop. Definitely watch Passions. I think it's all on YouTube, right? Yes. Christmas Passions. I like that. That would be cute. You know what, guys? I say, in my opinion, you want to be heard. You bombard somebody with emails, with DMs, with messages, even on their Instagram. Bombard Hallmark. Go for it. Hit them up. Let's get Shawise going on Hallmark. I mean, let's make a Shawise TV show. Let's make a Shawise movie. I don't know. Something of at least Galen and I back as Sheridan and Luis, because I just feel we owe it to you. You as the fans, we owe it to you. Here's the thing about Days. It'd be cool. But I live in Las Vegas now, so I don't know how that would work. And I'm sorry, I'm not moving back to Los Angeles. I don't like LA anymore. So I am excited about all that we got going on here with Sheridan and Luis. I'm reading all your comments too as we go. Yes, let Hallmark know they listen. Okay, so that Ruth is absolutely right. Hallmark does listen to their fans. If they get enough momentum. Galen, you're right there. Okay, go live. Galen, I just sent you an invite. Oh my God!
Yeah,
We did it. Let me turn my
I
volume
made
up.
it. Oh my
You
God.
made it. How
Of
are you?
course, I'm good. Holy, what a morning. Hi,
I'm
people.
so sorry. Everybody's just like, oh, they're going crazy because of Sharon and Louise, and we've already been talking about Hallmark. Everybody's like,
Amazing.
yes, we need a Hallmark to give back to what was ruined on that show.
Let's go. Let's
Let's
go. Well, I
right?
mean, look, if Hallmark wants to step up, then great. And I think that they showed that they want to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, truth be told, I just couldn't get out. So,
I
um,
explained that. I explained
yeah.
that production didn't move fast enough,
But
and
now
you're under
we're good.
contract.
But now
Yeah.
we're good.
No worries.
So
How are you?
yeah, I'm good. I just so funny this morning. Flew in from Napa and was up there for Schultz golf tournament, which was awesome. Great
Always
cruise. But
golfing.
of course, there was no the transportation for us didn't show up this morning. So we're literally there, like out in some winery out in the middle of nowhere for like 40 minutes just waiting, and then the flight was delayed because of that. We were just sitting on the runway, and I was like, "Oh my god, I got to get to the event with my people." So anyway,
Come
here
on,
I
you got a
am.
live to go.
Oh my god! And then like, driving here, you're like behind a moving truck. The whole I'm like, "Oh my god, please shoot me now." So
Why do I remember all this stuff always happening to you, even when we were working together? Like
I
that,
don't know, but I
that
was
stupid
complete.
stuff would always happen. You
Like
just took
nothing
me back.
changes. Nothing
Nothing
changes.
has changed.
Sorry.
You
Yeah,
seriously just took me back to like being
totally.
on set and be like, "Where the F
Uh,
is Galen?"
yeah. I was supposed to have like an hour and a half to like come home, eat something, relax, fix my hair. Jesus, how we look in here.
You look good. You look
Okay,
good.
thanks.
I'm
Thanks.
glad you made it. Glad you're
Yeah,
safe.
yeah,
And
yeah,
come
we're
golf in
good.
Vegas. Why don't you come golf here?
I was actually saying like people were like, "Oh, why don't you go to Vegas for this?" And we should have set that up. It was just if I hadn't been doing this event, I totally
I
would
was
have
in
done
fact.
it.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
next time you have something, let's
there
do
you go.
Vegas, and then we can
Perfect.
do like an in-person
Perfect.
meet and greet.
Whoops. Whoopsies. Hold on.
Uh,
Okay. Yeah.
I'm reading all the comments, and it's so cool to see because I mean,
Oh.
the last time you and I saw each other was at the event in Los Angeles at the was it the bowling alley? Was it the whole? It was the a bunch of the cast.
Yeah, that with like the sort of reunion deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was the last time I saw you.
That was like a decade ago, if not more already.
I know
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
insane.
maybe about that. Yeah. So, well, thank you so much for putting this together.
Of
Thank you,
course.
fans out there, for to a certain degree not only asking but persuasively asking
Yeah.
day in and day out. So, thank you guys. You guys are amazing.
I know they've
And
been popping up so much, and
yeah.
it's been I actually I had everybody give like a show of hands that was pissed at how the show ended
Oh, you talking
because
about passions?
yeah because I
Yeah.
mean I don't even think you know this, Kim, but I was even a fan of the show. Like I would go home and I would watch it with my parents, and it was like a thing,
Yeah.
and I was
Yeah.
pissed. I was pissed for us. I was pissed for the fans,
Yeah.
and it just felt like what like I don't know. The whole Fancy Antonio thing was like what
Yeah.
is this?
I mean, obviously, we talked about it and wondered why James Riley would choose to go down that road. And I think that for me, he, remember how like one day would last like 6 months? He would
Oh
literally like wear out
God,
your
yeah.
clothing. And I think that part of the joy he got was like frustrating the audience to the point where they were like throwing
Right.
stuff at the TV and whatever. And so I, to a certain degree, expected it to be drawn out, but I never thought that, to your point, the show would end the way it did with these two, not even potentially having a chance to be together. So
It
yeah,
was just so,
I agree.
so weird. It was like went left turn into nowhere.
Yeah, yeah, the abyss.
Yeah, it really was. So, and I was laughing too because I saw that. I mean, Michael Fairman was so sweet to post about us doing this live,
Yeah.
but I was laughing looking at the photo he chose because I don't. Do you remember? Did you see the photo? It's you and I in front of a computer.
Oh yeah. What was that?
So I
What was
remember
that?
that day so well
Oh
because
really?
it was the day you and I had dialogue, and
Yeah.
you and I both had it, and we were like, guys, can you just keep the camera straight on us? And we pasted our script. I remember on the computer. I don't think you and I looked at the camera once while we were filming that scene. We
Oh
just were
no
like,
way. Just reading the with cereal.
I was laughing so hard when I saw that he chose that photo because that completely took me back to like, oh, I remember that day.
It was crazy amounts of dialogue, right? I mean, I'm trying to remember. I think you have a better memory than me for
We
that stuff.
had,
But
you and I had a crap
yeah,
load. I mean, it was a good, like, minimum, I remember 25 pages
yeah,
on like
that's a lot.
an average basis. The worst, I don't know about you, but the worst I ever had was 99 pages in one day.
I mean, what is that? The thing
Do you
I
remember?
remember was like staying there late, working late, and then
Yeah,
having to be back early the next day and being like, "There's no turnaround." And well, they pay like $35 in penalty.
right,
What's the deal back then?
right.
So they would just do it.
Well, I think the first like 6 months we had no coordinating producer. Do you
Right.
remember that? And so
Yeah.
there
So there
was
was
no
like,
turnaround. We'd end at like 2 a.m. and have to be back on camera at 6
yeah,
a.m. And it was like, okay,
yeah,
we're 20 years old. We can all pull it
right,
off, but it sucked. It hurt, but we did it.
yeah.
But those were tough days. And I remember that the day that I had the 99 pages was Robert Ory. He came in for 6 episodes and they
Oh
realized the
my
day
God.
before that he couldn't act. I was like, well, what do you think?
Yeah, yeah. He was so great, though. I remember
He
those
was
scenes.
cool.
I still, so one of his wives like he has a kid who lives right down the street.
No
So probably
way.
like every 6 months or so, I'll run into him, and he still totally remembers that whole thing, which is hilarious because
That's hysterical.
yeah, yeah. So
Oh
what
my
was the
God.
thing? There was something recently where and Jensen, my youngest, loves basketball and loves like stats and all this stuff. So we were talking about Ori the other day, and something happened where someone was literally teaching the girl to play basketball to like beat the boyfriend or something like that. And I was like, oh my God, this is straight out of the passion script when Sheridan
He
hired
stole it.
Robert Ori from the LA Lakers to teach her. I was like, oh my God, that was so funny.
That's hysterical. I saw somebody just ask, what was your favorite storyline or episode? Do you have a favorite one? I feel like we did so many that
Yeah, I was hoping that people wouldn't ask this question today because I wanted to actually go back and review some of them so as to jog my memory because I feel like I always go back to the same show. And that show is the one where we went to NBC and we taped it. It was the New Mexico storyline where I was trying to find my father. So,
Yes.
yeah. Oh, my son's running out in the backyard with a motorcycle. Oh, man,
What?
where's he going?
Does he ride a motorcycle?
Well, no, but he wants one so
Okay,
bad. But I'm like,
Maddox just came to me last night wanting a motorcycle. I'm like,
they all want these
dude,
electric bikes, these Suron things that are
he wants
like, yeah,
a
that,
cafe racer or a
oh,
dirt
okay.
bike.
Okay, yeah, it's very, yeah, I
I
know,
mean, we
right?
ride motorcycles, so it's
Oh,
hard to say no.
oh
But at the same
yeah,
time, he's 19
yeah,
now. So,
yeah,
Patrick started riding when he was 15 and started racing and winning awards at
yeah.
15. So it's like, that's a little different. When you
That's,
start, closer to 20, that's a little,
yeah, it's tough to say no though if you guys are riding motorcycles, and I love
that's
it.
hard.
I'm not worried about him riding. I'm worried about
It's the
other
other
people
people.
crashing into
Yeah,
it. So, watching Passions reruns while I should be focused on the road. Yeah.
exactly. That's so funny.
So anyway, to get back to what, so was that episode? Remember when
I
they
loved
dumped
that.
that giant dumpster of mud and
Oh my
sand and debris on
God.
us?
Oh my
And
God.
I don't know why I go back to that one, but there was just something about it being like kind of an arc. I think
Right,
that I
right.
loved. A lot of times we had this long term like payoff, and it was like going to find my father, having that emotionally vested. Uh, you know, story arc, not finding him or finding him, and it was just cool. I don't know, but I know that there are so many other interesting storylines, and that's why I wanted to go back. But I
There
think,
are, but you know what? It's funny because that's one that I forget about for whatever reason. But that was a phenomenal arc, like you said. It wasn't just
yeah,
like a one note or like for me, the one not my favorite, but the one that sticks in my head is being stuck in that damn pit. Like for me, that was an absolute nightmare. That was my
totally,
worst
totally.
storyline.
I
I
felt for
loved the New
you,
Mexico.
throwing
Thank you.
bananas down to you or whatever.
Do you remember when they put the rats in there with me? And they're like
Yes.
African rats and they're like 4 or 5 pounds.
Yes.
Yeah, because they asked me, they said,
Yes.
"Are you afraid of rats?" I was like, "No, I like rats," and so I was cool with that. When they suggested spiders, that's where I drew the line. I said, "No, no, 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 no. I'm not doing spiders." I said, "You can do rats, you can do snakes. I'm totally cool with that. Just you throw any insect on me, I'm leaving. I quit. That's it. I'm
Yeah.
done."
I mean, I feel like no one got more tortured. You with being in the pit and me having an orangutan as a love interest was like, what? Why were they out to torture us?
Who did we piss
Yeah.
off?
Yeah.
It's
Seriously.
true. Yeah,
Yeah.
you and the right. Oh
Oh
my
yeah.
God,
Be
that
like, oh,
was.
it's been so cool to work with the thing. I'm like, not really. It wasn't great. It would pinch the hell out of my arms. It
Would it?
shed dandruff like a snowstorm, and it
Bam
would
Bam would pinch
regurgitate.
you?
Oh, you don't know this?
No.
So they're, and the trainers told me this, right? So they're constantly trying to assess where they are in the animal kingdom in
Right.
terms of, and especially as they're growing up, right? Which is why they can only work for so long because then they,
And
they feel
Precious was a
powerful.
male, correct?
Yes, correct,
Yes. Okay.
correct.
Bam Bam.
So Bam Bam would, then the way that they do that assessment is through their strength relative to other people in the world. So the two things that it would do were when I would go to pick it up, which I'm sure you remember,
Oh yeah.
times, it wouldn't let me pick it up. So it would grab onto my ankles with its hands and feet and hold there so that when I was trying to pick it up, which it knew, when it would totally like agree to during rehearsal, and then when we get to tape, it'd be like, "Yeah,
Oh
right,
my
good try,"
no.
and so it would grab on and hold, and I'd be like, "You son of a," and I'm trying to pick it up, and then and the trainer would tell me like, "Don't let it win, don't let it win." So then I'd be like fighting against, like, you couldn't win. It's like first of all, you're in the worst position, you're bent over, and the thing's like grabbing. But the other one would be once I got it up was then it would pinch the back, that spot between like your tricep and
My
shoulder, or
God,
it's like soft there.
I do
It
that to
would pinch
Maddox.
there so hard. So I'd be holding like mid scene and all of a sudden, wait, you mother like so hard. And then it would like
Oh my
regurgitate right in
God.
my face. So like,
Oh
you
my
know,
God.
so it's like horrific what they would feed this thing, by the way.
I
Honestly.
don't know any of this. I had like 1 or 2 seasons of Bam Bam.
Well,
So I don't
sure,
know
right?
any
Because
of
like
this.
when I was having scenes, like a lot of time you were in the pit or it was having a
Right.
fantasy, so you wouldn't necessarily be there. So, but the trainers would feed it like the craziest candy, gummy bears. It would get, they would literally go to Coffee Bean or Starbucks and get like the double mocha frappuccino, like the
So like
syrup, like
sugar
things like,
high, caffeine high.
oh, full on. So, and then it would like drink, it would just pound the thing, so crazy. Get all like geeked up. And then when we would do a scene, it would regurgitate it in my face. It had this like crazy lower lip. It's always like, and it'd be like this gross bile. I'm sorry, like fans are
It's
like,
so funny.
you talking about romance and not a freaking regurgitating monkey? Anyway,
That
yeah,
is the only scene that I had with Bam Bam was I was passed out, obviously. It was when they got me out of the pit. But remember they would cover me in like the fake blood
oh
and I
yeah,
had it everywhere, especially on my crotch, of course. They had the fake blood from the
yeah,
miscarriage. And
yeah,
I remember it's supposed to be laying there like peacefully, like passed out, and all of a sudden I just feel this like tugging on my shirt. And it was Bam Bam eating my shirt because
oh
the
yeah.
sugar in the fake blood.
Oh,
And then all of a sudden,
oh,
I'm
that
like,
makes sense.
cut, guys, he's eating my shirt.
Oh
We
yeah.
can't
No, it was a wild, wild man, total
do-
wild man. I mean, I
You
remember
dealt
it
with
would
way more.
smash
Wow.
its face directly into a cake, and then it took a vase full of flowers because it had water in it, and then there were like these long flowers, and so flowers are falling all over its head. But it was drinking, and then the trainers were trying
Oh
to capture it,
my
and it
God.
like shot up to the top of the set, and then it launched itself backwards off of the set onto its head. I mean, the
Oh
thing was just
my
completely
God.
out of control. It was so fun. I mean, those were wildly entertaining, but
Those were wild. I gotta say, like the days for me that got just so long. I don't know if you remember this, but there were days, especially with Chris Douglas, you and I messed with him
Oh, so
so much.
much. Remember I
From the
electrified his
I was
bed?
just, yes, when he was in the coma, and you and I were so irritated because you and I again, da 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 da, and he's just lying there, and every day he's getting more pumped, he's getting more tan, and it just was. I was getting so irritated.
His
Remember, he'd show
pecs.
up this
He was
his
getting
bag.
so jacked. It was so funny
It
while in a
was
coma. Okay, I have one
irritating.
for you. Do you remember this? This was one of the funniest days for me. So they wrote that, I forget the exact storyline, but somehow, you guys like met. He was working in a diner or like, okay, so he was like working in a roadside diner or something like that. And you come in and he's supposed to be like taking your order. And I remember it was like scripted that he was like doing some funny thing with his eyebrows or whatever. But anyway, the whole thing, he was wearing an apron. They were like totally like, in his eyes, like demasculine, they were
Demasculated.
emasculating him, right?
Yeah,
And
he got so
he
pissed.
freaked out because he kept going up on his lines.
I
Freaked
remember
out.
that. Yes.
And then he yelled that there was like the people were on set, whatever, and he was freaked out. And then he was like, "And who the F is this person?" And it was literally like Lisa DeCazzo's
And it was
guest.
yes, it was like an NBC executive,
Total.
and you and I were
And
off camera, and we're like, "Oh
yes,
my god!"
yes, I was watching. I wasn't in the scenes. I was
No,
just watching the meltdown. I think it was meltdown so bad. I was in my dressing room and I was seeing it on the feed.
you
And
came
then
down.
I came down because I was like, "Oh, this is too good to miss." And then he was like, "And who the F is this?" And the person was like, "Oh," like, because when he got mad, he was very volatile.
Oh,
He
he was
got,
so
yeah,
angry.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but that's made it more
That
more
was really
fun
funny.
because
Yeah,
he couldn't
totally.
kill anybody, couldn't kill any of us, couldn't go to jail.
Oh
I think
man.
for me, my favorite, I don't know if you remember this. There was a scene with him and Beth, and you and I were in the background serving them coffee.
Uh-huh.
And do you remember you and I were like conspiring back, like as we're filming, like we should be
Yeah,
professional and like
yeah.
in the scene, but no,
Right, right.
you and I were like, let's just put like all sugar in his and a tiny bit of
Oh
coffee. Do you remember
yes,
that? Yeah.
yes, yes. We put like 12 sugars in there. Yeah,
And
I
he
was like,
drank it. Done.
I mean,
He lost his. Mm.
he lost his mind. Yeah, he drank
He
it so bad.
screamed, spit it out. I remember screaming at you, and you and
Yep,
I are dying.
yep. And he, of course, blamed me, rightly so. Um, but yeah, my favorite was when I put the so just for the fans, I probably told the story, but that I had these like this is called a scat mat. The scat mat was supposed to keep animals off furniture, so you put it as
Yeah.
like a blanket and you put it up, and then you get pretty good. I mean, it's only a 9-volt battery, but the thing cycles up and it would
Oh
shock you
yeah,
really good.
it
So when he
hurts.
was in the coma, I went in at lunchtime and I put that scat mat in his
I was
hospital bed
with
underneath the
you.
thing. Yeah. And then he got it in there. I remember he was sitting and he's like, ah! Shocked the hell out of
Well,
him.
don't you remember he
Uh,
would show up to set sometimes too with no underwear on, and he had the hospital gown, and his rear end was sticking out. So it was like,
completely.
dude, this is what you
Completely.
get. You're gonna lay in
Yeah.
bed half naked,
Yeah.
and you have no lines. F
Yeah.
you. This is what you get.
Right? Right? Yeah, because back then, I mean, they would just pay you to sit in a coma for like
Yeah,
6 months.
6 months. And that's I think it was
Yeah.
3 to 6 months. He was in that
Yeah.
coma.
I was in a coma for a long time as well.
I
I
hated all
remember.
of you for that. I don't. I mean, the pit was as close as I got, and
Oh,
it
you never
lasted like a week.
went in a coma?
I think it was, but like a day.
Okay, do you remember this? You remember the time that I was supposed to save you and I ran to the cottage and I ran and the door didn't open and my
Yes, I
started
do.
my nose
And you
and it
cut
was
it.
like
I felt
bleeding
so bad.
profusely. And then who was that
Sorry, I shouldn't be
makeup
loud.
artist? Was it Marina? Was that her name?
Marina, yes.
Was like trying to put makeup on it and then she's like, it's like a hamburger meat. Like it was just bleeding, wouldn't stop bleeding. I was probably concussed. They're like, I didn't
Oh
care.
my God, I felt so
Uh,
bad. I shouldn't be
that was
laughing, but I
brutal.
do remember that.
That was brutal.
There were some really funny moments that never made it to like blooper reels or anything. There are good bloopers
Well,
out
that
there.
one was on. That
That
one
was
I
on
remember was
there.
on AFV. Yeah,
Yeah, that
a couple
one
times.
made it. I know Bam Bam eating my clothing made it, but there's
Yeah,
so many other ones. I mean, even down to I'll never forget like when you and I first started the show, but I was still in my French storyline.
yeah.
And do you remember the actor? I'm not going to say his name. I don't even remember his name, to be honest with you. That played Jean. He played Jean Luc.
Oh, yeah,
Because I remember you and I were first like getting to know each other, and he would show up on set. And again, another one that refused, like, just was allergic to clothing.
yeah,
And we're like, anybody gonna say anything?
yeah. I vaguely
And I remember you and I
remember
were
that.
like, what's happening right now? I know
Well,
we're
he
on a
was
soap
supposed to be
opera,
like
but
the creeper guy, right? And he like
yeah,
totally
he was
was.
like the evil. Yeah, he was the evil boyfriend to
Yes,
Sheridan in the very beginning in
yes,
Paris. Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. But
So
bummed that we never got to go to Paris and do a thing. I remember they
no.
talked about it for a long time. That would have been really fun.
I remember for me, like before any of this happened,
Yeah,
I don't know if you ever heard this story, but I remember I had finished Star Trek Voyager, and there was
yeah,
talk of me coming back as a reoccurring character.
no,
And I had just had surgery and I was recovering.
yeah,
And I got a phone call and they said, "So we need you to come in for fitting." And I'm like, "Why? I already fit my Fleet uniform. Like, why? That's
yeah.
cool. I'm coming back, but why?" And they're like, "No, no, no, you're a Sheridan." And it was wardrobe that called me to break the news.
Wow.
And they said, "No, we need to fit you because you're flying to France in a week." And it was like, whoa, what? I'm like
Oh
20 years
wow.
old of like, oh my whole life just changed in the blink of an eye from wardrobe calling me. And
Yeah,
then my
that's
agent
amazing.
called and everybody.
Right, right, right. But yeah, like that's how you found out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to fit
Well,
you.
maybe, yeah, we need to. I wish that we could have done something like you and I could have gone to do like and like a revised
Right.
Paris. Well, maybe
Well,
that's a hallmark. Maybe that's a
you
hallmark.
did. Yeah, that'd be a cool pitch. You did go to London though, didn't you?
Mm-mm. Not literally. I might have. No, they kept me in France the whole time
Oh, okay.
as the American princess, and
Right.
then
Got it.
had
Got
me
it.
drive through the same tunnel, get in the same accident, have Diana speak to me from the other side. I'll never forget watching that with my parents. I don't know why it didn't click for me when I was filming it, but when I sat down and watched it with my parents, I started crying and I said, "Oh, this is the end of my career. I just started. And
Right.
it's it. I'm over. I'm done.
Right.
This is disgusting." And
Right.
then remember it became like this huge sensation. I mean, the whole
Yeah.
show, not just that, but they were
Yeah.
like, I remember we were banned in England, we were banned in France because of that storyline. And it just
Yeah.
was like cover of Rolling Stones, like the worst show to ever hit the air.
They knew how to push buttons, I'll
Oh
say.
yeah.
They really did. I'll give them that. I mean, looking back, there were a lot of those funny moments, you know?
They did. I remember they were always like hit very current things in the news
Yeah.
too. They were
Yeah.
really good about that
Yeah.
and like hitting current storylines. Somebody just said the whole thing was so tacky. LOL. Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Oh, yeah.
tacky. It was tacky with a capital T. But that's what made it. To me, it was ahead of its time. I think if you put Passions back on today,
Yeah.
it would crush it. Like I think it would do so well.
Well, I'll tell you, whenever I go to events, people always talk about it. People haven't forgotten about it. Everyone's always
No.
like, pass, you know, just happened actually. So there's that, you know, it definitely like stayed with people because of its absurdity and it made it fun. I mean, when I think about all the cool things that we got to do, the
Yeah.
game shows, the you know, going down Fifth Avenue or whatever in New York for the Macy's Day Parade on a pirate ship, you know, like launching
Yes.
cannons of
Yes.
confetti at people and having people freak out, passion, you know, all the kids. Like that was pretty special. When you and I went to Rockefeller Center in the
Yes.
beginning, the first time, and there was thousands of people. That was so crazy. They were
They were
attacking the car and
attacking the car. Remember, you and I got
yeah,
shoved against the car. It was like, what is? I felt like
yeah, it was
rock star
wild.
level. Like,
That's
what's
when I
going
remember being like,
on?
oh wow, this thing's like a sensation, you
Yeah,
know?
Uh, that-
Yeah, that
that's
was
when
cool.
that's when it clicked for me that there's
Hmm.
something here
Yeah,
between that and when they had us do the whole tango.
the
Those
sang.
All the tango scenes. Remember the Christy
Yeah,
Bus?
of
Who I still
course.
see her. I still see her
Yeah.
once in a while.
Well, I
But
think
I just
she's
remember
in
when all that.
Vegas, right? I
Huh?
think she's in Vegas. I think she lives in Vegas too.
She's like, I think I always see her at the like the awards for like cosmetic stuff because she has a skincare line.
Oh, okay.
Hito, I think it's Hito Skincare. So
Okay.
I always see her at all the different beauty events.
Oh, that's hilarious. She was great.
Oh, she's
What
a
a,
sweetheart.
patience of a saint.
She did.
I remember
She did.
I did not want to learn the freaking Paso Doble or whatever the hell. Oh, I'm like, is
I know.
this
I
even a
remember
real dance? You
I
know?
was all for it, and I was like, "Yay!" And you're like,
Yeah. Oh, you were so into it. And I'm like, this is the worst. And then we would do it and be like, okay, well, we would do it. And I was so bad at it.
"You were
And then,
not bad at it."
yeah, it was bad. I mean, I just like was like terrified of it really. And just, thinking like, there's no way we can pull this off. And then finally being like, oh, wait, actually, this is kind of cool,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't give us
Let's
much
do some
time to
dance.
learn it though either, so that was the other tough thing.
Right. Exactly. There
We
was
had like a
never enough
couple
time.
days. I felt like we were on Dancing with the
Mhm.
Stars at times.
Totally. Totally. And then Jim Saya. Remember
Oh
him?
my God. Our director,
Uh,
Jim Saya.
do you remember when were you there in the scenes when Father Lonigan insisted on he, you know, rest in peace, by the way, the late
Yeah,
father. He was so
I
great. Thank
know.
heavens. But he wanted to walk through the church because he was blind, and he was like, "No, well, I wouldn't use the cane because I know this church so well." And then Jim Saya was fine, he had to acquiesce because he's like, "Yeah, you're right. You would know it." And okay, he's like, "Just make sure, like, Bruce is like, I got this, I got this." But as luck would have it, there were those crazy sconces that like came off of the wall, and he freaking smashed his face on one, and then he was bleeding. Remember Jim being like, "God damn it! I know we shouldn't have done this." Oh, it was so great.
I love Jim. I know it was like a mixed bag for
For sure.
people. I personally freaking loved
Yeah.
that man. I loved all our directors, but
Yeah.
I really had a soft spot for Jim. Just had
Fido.
Fido. Fido was amazing, but Fido was so sweet.
Yeah.
Karen was so sweet. Like
Right.
everybody was super. Jim was like he had a real dry sense of humor. And if you didn't get his sense of
Yeah.
humor, you didn't get him. And I
Yeah.
think that's why I dug him so much. Because even like you and I had a whole makeout scene, and do you remember he just sat on the edge of the bed? Like the whole
No.
scene. I remember this because we're laying in bed and he sat on the edge of the bed and he's like, okay, so kiss him here and touch her hair. And we're like, okay.
Hey, get out of here.
We're like, why are you sitting on the bed, Jim? Get out of
Oh,
here.
God. That's
He
so
was
funny.
like, I want to get this done and go to lunch. Okay.
Right?
I
He
think
was.
we kind of
I
all
mean, the
got
thing
the,
I loved about Jim was like he was always just trying to make it real and
yeah.
better, and he really wanted to direct the show,
Yeah.
and that was cool. And at times we wanted that too, and
Yeah.
other times we were just like, "Can you just get us out here?" Oh God! I mean, we were there 5 days a week, 50 weeks
Sometimes
a year. It
6.
was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Once
a
in a
lot.
blue moon, it was 6 days. And you're right. It was like being on the news. And I don't think people realize that
Yeah.
it was 52 weeks a year
So
and
yeah,
a lot of work. And when you're two of the leads of it,
yeah,
and then you got Teresa and Ethan and you got other people, but you and I, we had a lot of we had
it
a lot
was
of
a lot.
stuff. It was a lot.
Um, so when we, I was talking about going on location and, how romanticized that idea is. You get out of the studio and, okay, this could be cool. But I remember when we had the shoot in Marina Del Rey, right? So it was
No, do you
like,
remember it's supposed to be Hawaii? Then
yeah,
it moved to like San Diego. Then it moved to Marina Del Rey as
I
the
moved to
budget got
Marina Del Rey.
smaller.
And yeah, and so I remember there's being so many logistical nightmares with the planes or helicopters flying over, or the way that the horizon looked, and it didn't look like it was Hawaii because you could clearly see Santa Monica in the background, and then they
The
had to
smog.
anchor us sideways so the boat was going like this,
Oh, I got
and
so
so then
sick.
everyone was getting seasick, and then finally I had to do this scene where I like dived off of the top of the boat to save you, and then I jump in the water, and I'm swimming around, and I'm like, oh, cool. I'm swimming in raw sewage. There was literally, it was so freaking gross that like someone had emptied out the freaking bilge of the boat, some boat, and I was like, literally, I'm like, this is like my worst nightmare right now.
So
It's so
I remember
gross.
because I was supposed, like you said, you're supposed to rescue me,
Yeah.
and I remember they had me and Polly, our one guy, Polly who did all the props.
Oh
They
yeah.
had he and I at the in the bottom of the boat, and all I hear is you scream out, "There's a turd!"
That was so awful. It was literally like floating in a sea of turds in the sea. It was just
And I'm so
unreal.
sorry, Caleb and Polly, and I just busted up laughing.
Oh, of course. Like, what? What are you talking about?
Wait,
Yeah,
what are these are
paradise.
turds?
Paradise. Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot. Hepatitis C. Loved it. And then, what about
Oh my God.
Polly? He died, you know. He got
No.
that staph infection. Yeah,
What?
the big guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did
He got a cut
he
on his
die?
finger, and then he got a staph infection, and it took him out. Yeah, it was
You're
terrible.
kidding me.
No, yeah, it was terrible.
Okay, see, this
No,
stuff freaks
no,
me out.
not Paul.
That's
Russ. Was it Russ? Uh, he was
Polly was our
awesome. The
prop
guy that
guy.
ran the prop room, the big guy.
Oh, oh no, Polly was on set with us because I remember
Russ.
Polly couldn't be around
Oh,
when Bam Bam was on
Polly.
stage because Polly was the big dude. So right, okay, I think I know you're talking about, but I didn't
No,
know
but
that's how he passed away.
he was the big guy.
Interesting.
I'm trying to
I
remember.
don't know. I'll go back and look. But seriously, that's what happened. Got a cut in his finger.
Yeah, yeah, and he got a staph infection, and it killed him. That was awful. Poor
Holy
guy.
crap!
I know. It was like cursed.
That's
So.
There were some weird things. I will say. I mean, I'm sure you've heard about the Passions Curse. There were
No, I
weird
haven't
things. You
actually.
haven't heard about this? Oh
No.
yeah, I've heard the Passions Curse. And touch wood, you and I are, I think, in the clear now.
Okay.
There was some weird stuff that happened, all the way from like like this, some of the random deaths.
Yeah.
I remember, I think one of the first things that happened was when we filmed the whole Timmy scene,
Hmm.
and he passed away, and then he ended up passing away in real life. And
Right.
that was kind of when people started this whole like rumor, if you believe in that stuff, that, there's a curse, there's a passions
Yeah.
curse. And I've reconnected with some of the women, through like The Bay and some of the other soap operas. And we've
Yeah.
talked about some of the things, and they're like, storyline wise and things that happened. We're like, yeah, there was something
Oh, do
weird.
you
There was really
remember
something strange.
Alistair?
Of
The guy that
course,
played
yeah.
Alistair?
Yeah.
Not
Passed away,
the guy, when he died in his pool. Remember that?
right? Yep.
David, his name, and then Josh, and there was someone else too, I think.
I mean, we've had recent deaths with like Ben.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
Richard,
Richard,
Lisa.
Richard. Oh, Richard got me. Lisa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even know about Richard till it was like kind of a while after the fact. I had no idea.
See,
Yeah.
Richard of all the people I was still in contact with. So that one hit
Yeah.
me the hardest because I was still talking to him up until like almost like right before he died. And it just that was really painful. Somebody just said Andrea Evans. Yeah, I mean we had a lot.
Evans, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a lot. So like I said, touch wood.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Are you trying to find your kid? Which, speaking
Not the
of,
thing to
since
do.
when did they grow up?
Oh my
Oh
God.
my
Yeah.
God.
Crazy. I mean, as much as they've grown up, they're still like
Of
juvenile. But
course, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, like Matt,
So,
like I said, he actually just passed EMT
19.
school,
Yeah,
and he
amazing.
comes to me.
Congrats. That's so
Thank
cool.
you. Now
That's
he's
so
now gonna
cool.
be a
I
paramedic,
love that.
and he just got a job with community ambulance. But he comes to me last night, and he's like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna get a dirt bike, and I'm gonna go. I want to get a motorcycle." And we're like, "Yeah, no.
Yeah.
As long as you're under this roof, no." It's not
But like,
happening.
there's probably some cool places to ride out where you are, right? Like,
There are.
a lot of dirt and rocks and things.
Oh yeah, no, and
Those
he's
would be
always
fun.
on Lake Mead right now. Like that's the new thing is Lake Mead and
Yeah,
ski jets, which I get. Yeah, why not? Ski jets and
yeah,
houseboats and
yeah. It's a
yeah,
good
no,
time.
there's fun stuff out here. If you get off the strip, there's some
Yes,
amazing stuff out here.
yes,
When you
yeah.
come out, we'll show you around.
Okay, great. I
Bring the
love that.
family. Bring the
Yeah.
family.
Wait, so where are you guys exact-ish?
Henderson.
Uh, Henderson. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
we're up at Anthem, so up in the hills, and my parents are moving here Friday.
no way.
Yes.
That's
They just sold
amazing.
their house in Encino.
Wow.
The one that I lived in the whole time we were doing Passions.
Oh
They
my
just
God.
sold that, and they're going to be 5 minutes from me. I've got to go pick up their keys today. When we're done, I got to go pick up the keys to the house.
Wow. So Henderson's grown so much, right? So many
Yeah,
people are moving there.
yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts. Yeah,
Between
probably not.
Henderson and Summerlin. Summerlin is another big one.
Summerlin, yeah.
Summerlin is more Los Angeles people, I would say.
Yeah.
Henderson, I find to be more like from everywhere else. Like you'll
Okay.
get a lot of Utah, Colorado. Summerlin's like all Los Angeles though.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's interesting.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
and
like,
somebody just said, yeah, Star Trek Las Vegas. Yeah, we're doing a Star Trek. They do always do the Star Trek convention here. So now it's made it easier to go
oh,
do.
nice.
It's like a 20-minute drive.
That's great.
So, but you guys got to come out and visit.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. We've been out there a few times, but we will. We will. Love this idea.
It's good
So
stuff.
what else? What are the fans saying? My feed sort of stopped, so I don't know.
Yeah, you might need to not refresh it, but just, I mean, there are a lot of people that it's crazy because I'm seeing it out of the corner of my eye how much Hallmark love I'm seeing.
Yeah,
Galen, I think we're destined to do
I
something.
love
There's
it.
something coming up.
So, like, what questions? Are there some questions that we want to answer or anything?
And yeah, anybody have any questions? Do you guys keep in touch with any of the cast members? So, do you?
I do. Yeah, I mean, James Hyde.
Yep.
I see them probably. Actually, Michelle Stafford's supposed to have a barbecue this weekend, and so I'm supposed to see them. And I would probably say I see them the most, but Kim Ulrich lives around the corner, so I see her.
No
And
way.
Robert, yeah, he's always
Oh, so
walking the
hi.
streets. It's hilarious because I'll hear him. He always like does business on. I don't know if he knows this. He's like talking to the office, like, "Well, no, we need to get so and so in," and he's just like on the phone. So I always know I hear Robert.
That's
Uh,
hysterical.
but who else? Lindsay, I'll see every once in a while. Justin, obviously, I work with Eric, so I see him.
Oh, I miss Eric.
Yeah, he's great.
Tell him
Still the
hi.
same, funny, sweet guy.
Such a doofus. Love that guy.
Great. Yeah. And then Brooke. I saw
No
Brooke recently.
way.
Yeah.
Isn't she's in General Hospital, right?
Yep. I saw her. Where did I see her? Maybe at the Emmys or something like that.
That's cool.
And I feel like I saw her somewhere else too. And who else? Who else? Who else? You know what's super funny is Tracy Ross's son, Bryce. Remember
Right.
him? He was just a
Yes, of
kid.
course.
He's like a really successful musical artist, super
No way.
talented. Yeah, so he was actually, oddly enough, had like reached out to Jensen just randomly and was like talking. And then finally he was like, wait, Galen's your dad? Like he didn't even realize it. And we were just like, oh my God, it was like total love fest. So
That,
I haven't actually
that's
seen him, but we
awesome.
talk like a lot online and stuff. You know, he's traveling a lot. He tours the world.
Wow.
He's really good. Bryce Fine. So,
That's
so that's a
crazy.
funny one. I know, like talk about like people growing up, right?
Yeah.
Um, and that's
I just
all.
talked to Eva the other day.
Oh yeah,
She and I were
Eva,
texting back and forth.
Eva.
Eva I
Yes,
talked
we'll
to.
talk to Eva. I haven't seen her. She's still amazing.
Oh,
You know.
she's incredible because she reached out to me because the body coverage perfector. She was just like, all right, my sister who's at Nordstrom's,
Yeah.
like everybody in Florida is getting this stuff, which
Unreal.
I'll do a giveaway at some point for all this stuff. But I was texting with her like literally 2 days ago.
Yeah. Will you send me
Um,
some stuff, by the way?
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
hook up the
I
wife and
got
whatever, and
you. You know,
you know what I'm
I've
talking
always
about.
told you, I got you.
I know. Okay.
I got. I'll send her
Okay.
whatever she wants.
All right. Great.
Send me.
Great.
I'll send you the website and then just go through. Look
Okay.
what you want.
Awesome.
But yeah, Eva's the last one that I spoke to. You, Eva. Trying to think who else. I don't think anybody's heard from Chris. I mean,
Oh,
didn't he go to
okay.
Montana, or
No. Okay. So
you
get
have heard
this.
from him?
Yes, absolutely. So good friends of mine are like really close with him. He's in
No.
Jackson Hole. Yeah. Like his photographs are incredible. He's an incredible
No
photographer.
way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Full on. Full on. Beautiful work. You would love his work actually, for
I gotta
sure.
check it out. I want to see
Oh
it.
yeah, absolutely. Go check out Chris Douglas. I'm not sure what his like website or Instagram. I follow him on Instagram, but like, oh no, he shoots like legit. Like I think he does like Filson or like these like incredible like Western wear companies. Because he was
Oh,
remember when he was
cool.
like doing all the rodeo stuff and he was always and he got kicked in the face by the
Yes.
yeah, like he almost died. Had like 120 stitches in his face. The poor
Yeah.
guy. I don't know. It's only funny because it's him,
I,
But
exactly. Exactly. It's not funny, but because it's him, if you know
right.
him, it's funny.
So, but no, his work is exquisite. Horses,
Oh,
breeding and cowboys and like super legit. And he lives that lifestyle.
right.
So, which is why he was always so miserable on the show because he just
Yes.
wanted to be in that life and felt, like this is so not this. It couldn't have been
Because remember he
farther
was
from who
married
he
to
was.
like Jewel.
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
yeah.
Like he
Were they
tried
married
to.
or they just dated? But yeah.
I
So,
don't know,
but
but it was
he's
it was
super
weird.
talented.
Yeah, he's super extreme. I mean, I remember he was a cowboy at
one
heart, and like the
Hundred
whole
percent.
Hollywood thing was not him.
100%, especially like a soap opera or whatever, right?
Right.
And so, so my good friend who's a photographer, very successful. In fact, I gave him his first job. I gave him his first paying job, and one of the soap magazines wanted to shoot me. I was like, oh well, you have to use Brian Smith, and so now he's a master photographer, which is hilarious. I was like, I told you, but he's good friends there, and his wife are good friends with Chris, and because my buddy's agent, he also has a place in Jackson Hole, so they get
Okay.
together all the time.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's so
yeah,
cool. I
yeah,
saw
yeah. So
somebody
he's
just said
perfect.
Jesse Metcalf.
Oh my
Have you talked to Jesse?
God, yes, of
I
course,
just saw
Jesse.
him
So
like a month
so
ago.
I see Jesse quite a bit actually because he's taking up golf. So I'll bring him out
Oh my God.
to my golf course, and then we've hung out a few other times. So I'm sure like I'm overdue, like because he's always like hit me up like when are we golfing? So yeah, he's doing great. He's doing his thing. So yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
he's doing great.
I ran into him because there's this one spot in Malibu that we would
Yeah,
always love to go to when we lived
yeah,
over that way,
yeah,
Malibu Mart.
yeah.
And of course, I mean, short hair, I am not Sheridan anymore. No, I look totally different. So I went up to him and he was like, "Hi." I was like, "Mackenzie, we were on Passions." He was like, "Oh my
Oh
God,
my God.
I'm so sorry." He had no clue who I was. It
Oh,
was
that's
so funny.
amazing.
So it was like
I
a month
may
or so ago.
I may actually see Jesse. He does this event. We do this event in Chicago, which I'm going to do next week. So he may be there. I don't know. I'm gonna reach out to him see if he's doing it.
Tell him
So he's
hi.
done it a few times. I will. Yeah.
He's a good
I'll tell him I. Yeah.
guy. He was a
Yeah.
good guy.
Yeah.
Somebody just asked a good question of who, other than each other, who did we like doing scenes with?
Oh well. I always loved doing scenes with Ben
Yeah.
for the acting challenge. I didn't. I always felt like he was always written to be on the winning side, so it was always tough. But he was
So
so
fantastic.
amazing. And then for just shits and giggles was obviously would be James Hyde
James.
or
Oh my
Rodney
God.
Van Johnson. Oh my God.
The days though that I had scenes with you and James,
Yeah.
I just remember like in the cop car. It was always the cop car.
Yeah.
And the three of us and the two of you just would
It's
not
an idiot.
stop.
It's
Just
just
two idiots. And we'd be there for hours.
oh
And
yeah.
you two were like, ah.
I was thinking about this because the other day something happened at work and I had to say something so ridiculous and it made everyone laugh in the scenes and then I saw these two girls I work with were like losing it and it was totally reminding me of you like when you just like got the giggles and I was like, "Oh my God. are we gonna like we don't have the time to be going down this road anymore. We shoot so fast, you know. So we
Wow.
got it together. But that brief moment where it was a couple takes, and it was just, and the director said, "Do we need to come down there or something?" And I was like, "Oh my
Children.
God, that's what they used to say to us, you know. Do we need to come down there?" And we're like, "No,
I
no,
know.
no. We're gonna
I
move the
just felt
scenes
like
to
it was
after
three
lunch or
children. Yeah,
whatever."
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that was always the thread.
yeah,
We're going to move these scenes to after
yeah,
lunch, and you're going to
yeah,
stay. It was like we
yeah.
were in school and we get in
Oh,
trouble.
oh, totally. You get
And
sent to the principal's office,
exactly.
which also happened a few times. But
You still
yeah,
get sent to the
God, such
principal's
good
office.
memories. Such good memories.
Oh my
Uh,
God.
yeah,
So many good times. I mean, so much laughter. I remember that show. It just was,
yeah.
to me also, like when people talk about like favorite scenes, I love the past life stuff.
Oh yeah.
All,
Oh yeah. You
all
were
the
always super into that.
crazy. You too. You had a lot of those. Remember the
Oh
pirate
yeah.
one?
Oh, the
Alice
Pyro
in
one was
Wonderland?
Pyro one was
That
amazing.
was
That
incredible.
I still to this day. I mean, and the opportunity of working, and it was also like when they were doing the Pirates of the Caribbean, right? So it was like,
Exactly.
and we getting to work with all those same stunt guys and do all that was like, that was really unique and special opportunity. I love that stuff. I remember I swung off of something and then landed on a horse and then rode the horse out of
Yes.
the shot. I was like, you're
Yeah.
letting me do this? This is like totally crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go for it, you know?
That was so good.
Yeah.
Somebody just said about I mean, I posted the photo of the Cleopatra one. That was funny.
Oh yeah,
That was insane.
I'm trying to remember exactly what, do you remember the story of
It
it?
it was well, one of the takes of Anthony and Cleopatra of the
Oh yeah.
snake, the asp, biting and dying together. It was a whole
Yeah.
like a whole Romeo and Juliet thing.
Right, 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 right,
That, and
right.
I'm seeing people talk about the Alice in Wonderland. I just saw that one come up.
Oh
That was funny.
yeah.
You were the King of Hearts,
That's
and
right.
Beth
That's
was the
right.
Queen of Hearts. I was
That's
Alice.
right. So this guy Patrick recently sent me a package and was like, I was doing some event and I got this and it was like it was one of the costumes. And so I opened it up and I was looking and I was like, what was this? And I was trying to remember what it was. And then finally it hit me. And what it was that the cranes were throwing like an eyes wide shut party. And so we had to go to this party, and it was a whole creepy, full like robe thing. Diane used to always design those really
Yeah.
cool, like full
Oh,
white
Diana
deals.
was amazing.
Yeah, and it was and it was a mask, and it was so funny. So I put it on, and I like knocked on my kids. I went up to their rooms, and it was like one of those, and they were like, "Ah, what is?" Just like, what is this? It was so great.
Oh my
But it took me a
God.
minute to remember what that even was from. So,
Oh,
uh,
trippy.
do you remember that? I don't know if you were in that story. I
No, I
think.
wasn't in that storyline.
Okay. Yeah, it was like
Wow.
that eyes wide shut kind of vibe.
That's again, they would do stuff that was like some of the storylines. I mean, even for Ben, poor thing,
Oh,
when he had his privates cut off and sewn on backwards, and it was like, what are we doing right now? Like you moved to
uh,
DirecTV and it all goes to hell in a handbasket.
well, they had some great, great storylines too. With I remember there was one they were like in the back of a truck, a chicken truck.
Yes,
Him and Timmy stuck in the back
yes,
of the
yep.
thing, and and by the way, so I saw Juliet. I saw her at the end,
No,
and
no
she's living in,
way.
yeah. So she looks so amazing. By the
Oh
way,
my
she lives
God.
in Ojai,
I
and
love Ohio.
I got to reach out to her again. So I was like, you got to come down and visit and all this stuff. And I was like, I was doing a renovation then, so I was
Wow.
like, oh, but yeah, amazing. Her and Maxwell were there, so
Oh.
yeah, they're the best. They're the best. So yeah,
A great cast. I
oh,
gotta say, I mean, it felt like
great.
family. Like everybody, and to this day, it's one of those things. And I feel like that's sometimes the biggest success to a show is when your cast is like, this when
Totally.
everybody's just like so one. And to this day, you know, like even just hearing from Eva the other day was like, oh, like
Yeah.
it just takes you back. And I
It's
don't know, I
beauty.
wish it just was such a great time. It
Yeah.
really, I think that's what translated so much with the fans, and aside from the crazy storylines, but
True. True.
but there was so much good
Well, I
stuff.
certainly hope that we can find something that will be a new send off, but to a certain degree, maybe pay homage to the storylines of the past and these two characters that, were so special together. So
Yeah.
hopefully we can do something.
Oh, Galen,
Yeah.
you know I'm hell bent. You know
I
I'm
know.
like a
I
pit
know.
bull. I
I love
latch
it.
on and I don't.
I love it. I
My whole
love
family,
it.
they're like, oh boy, there she goes again.
That's fantastic. Let's get it. I
Well,
love
we're
it.
gonna do it. No, we are
Yeah.
gonna do it. I'm
Yeah.
telling you now, it's gonna happen.
Okay, great. Great.
So get
Well,
ready.
yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Anybody
Ready.
else have
I'm ready.
any like last minute questions? Because we got like 5 minutes left, and I'm probably going to do the giveaway. So, Galen, just so you know, it was posted, but it's the body coverage perfector and the body brush, supreme cream, and then my 3-in-1 setting powder and brush. And I'm just going to choose three winners at random. Just
Nice.
like do a draw at the very after we hang up. I'll do it all. But Westmore Beauty was sweet enough to jump in and help us out
There
and
you
throw some
go.
products. So. I'll do that, everybody. At the once we hang up, I'm gonna go through and just I'll pull out three of you at
Who
random.
doesn't like great free stuff, right?
Exactly.
Like
How
great.
can you turn down free?
Yeah.
But anybody have any last questions? I'm just looking to see. Huge Passions fan. Please don't end. Please don't go. What's your favorite soap now?
Days of our lives, obviously.
I guess I have to
You
say that.
do. You
Okay,
got
Days
it.
of Our Lives,
No,
everybody.
you can say whatever you want. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'll be like Passions was the only one I ever watched. That was
Yeah.
it. Fingers crossed to be a lucky wing winner. Are you gonna do any project? Oh, how do you? Okay, just I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm just gonna randomly pick out three people. So, where do you see? It's moving so fast now. I'm trying to read it. YouTube Fun Days. I rewatch Passions. I know people can watch Passions on YouTube. More projects, please. Yes, that's happening. No, don't end. Does anybody have any last minute questions? Work takes time. Really hope to they hope to meet you. Fun live. Thanks everybody. We'll do more of this. We'll
Yeah.
try to like do more lives because these are fun. I know your schedule's crazy. Galen's thoughts on Shawise. Wait, I just saw a question. Galen's thoughts on Shawise at the end. Okay, so people want to know what you thought of Shawise at the end.
Well, I agree with you. I felt that it was like the like there was so much frustration for the fans and the journey that these characters went on that I would have thought to wrap it up at the end, knowing that there wasn't going to be any more, that they bring them together, right? I felt like the fans had been so patient on this journey that was exhausting at times that James Riley would have given that gift to the fans. Hey, you guys stuck with us for 10 years for this whole thing.
Yeah,
Let's give these guys a send off. Maybe it's a send off and you start to see something, some sort of a crack or someone leering like, oh God, it's not going to be perfect, but it looks like it's perfect,
yeah,
So, because look, you know that these characters were going to get together and then something was going to happen. It was going to break them apart, but then they were going to find their way back to each other. That was the
right.
whole amazing thing about them. So to not end up together, even knowing that you were going to potentially be broken apart by something, like I think that would have been a great way to end it, that they were together, but then somehow something comes and you're like, oh God, that, no, don't do that to them. But, they have this piece. That for me would have been the poetic way to do it. And
Yeah,
obviously that wasn't the case. And I felt that it was the fact that they put both of our characters with other people that didn't really mean anything to the
so random.
longevity of the
Yeah,
story. That was weird, but I didn't create the show, so I wasn't in charge. But that's what I would have done.
that's how I felt. I was like,
Yeah,
I didn't write this thing, but
yeah,
who do I strangle for this ending?
right. Right.
Because
Right.
you're right. I mean, you put it perfectly that it's just like they put us off with two different people that were not long runs. They weren't like in and out. They weren't woven since day one. I mean,
Right.
whatever it is, it was a weird
Yeah.
send off. And I
Yeah.
know, like you
Yeah.
said, that James Riley liked to rattle things, but that was a weird one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah. Agree.
knew the day they turned my character evil, it was like, okay, something's going downhill now.
Evil Sheridan.
as as fun as that was,
Yeah.
but still, it was an odd,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was an odd choice.
Well,
So anyhow,
here we are. Here we are.
here we are.
Fans are still there, hanging by. So
I
let's
know.
get it on.
All
Yeah.
right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. This
This
was
was
so
so
much fun.
fun.
Galen, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Absolutely. So great to see you.
So
And
good to see you.
let's do it again soon. And in the meantime, we'll talk and figure some more stuff out. All
Absolutely.
right.
I'll send you a
Love
message.
you. Love you guys.
Love you guys.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Peace out.
Peace out.